Story 1. The Christmas Man of the Red Fog Valley. I've always had a habit of hiking alone during Christmas. The cold forest is quiet, empty, and strangely beautiful. Last year, I chose the Pine Hollow Reserve, famous for its reddish winter fog caused by light reflecting through dense pine needles. About 4 hours into the hike, I reached a snow-covered gorge around 30 to 40 feet deep. A massive fallen pine tree lay across it like a natural bridge, thick enough to walk on. After checking it, I crossed. Just as I touched the opposite side, I heard a rhythmic thunk, 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 behind me. I turned around. A man was standing on the other side. He wore a tattered red coat, a dirty white winter hat, and his beard was stiff from the cold, almost like a run-down Santa Claus. In his hand was a full-sized axe. He walked toward the base of the tree and started chopping it. I yelled across the gorge, "What are you doing?" "I just crossed that." He never looked at me. He just kept swinging. The snow beneath him turned slightly pink, not from wood dust, but from something thicker, darker, almost like dried blood sap from the trunk. One heavy swing made the trunk shudder. I yelled louder. Finally, he lifted his head. His eyes were sunken, rimmed with black, as if frostbite had seeped into his skin. He spoke one sentence. "No one goes back the same way on Christmas night." His tone was calm, too calm, like he was stating a law of nature. Then he picked up the axe, turned, and disappeared into the trees, leaving long, deep footprints in the snow. I considered going back, but the trunk was splintered and unstable. I had no choice but to continue forward. But the deeper I walked, the thicker the red fog became. And then I noticed something terrifying. Footprints. His footprints, but not behind me. They were now in front of me, leading the path as if he had somehow circled ahead. Every turn revealed more of them. As darkness fell, I heard a faint jingling, not cheerful, distorted, metallic, like frozen bells dragged across the ground. And then I saw him, standing between the pine trees, axe in hand, hat covered in frost. Behind him stood 3 other figures, all wearing faded red coats. They spoke together.
"Beetlejuice.
"Don't go anywhere else. Tonight belongs to us." I don't remember how I ran back to the trailhead.
Beetlejuice.
When I woke up near my car, sweating through my clothes, the bell-like sound was still echoing in my head. To this day, I still don't know what they were, or what they wanted. Story 2. The Gray Wolves and the Floating Christmas Smoke. 3 years ago, I was hiking near the Boundary Waters region where winter nights drop fast and deep, and the snow-absorbed sound like a graveyard. It had just snowed. Moonlight made the whole forest shimmer. I left the marked trail to photograph the Christmas sky. 4 hours later, I realized I was lost. Not a big problem until I heard the soft rustling behind me. I stopped. It stopped. I walked. It walked. Not a deer, not a bear. When I turned around, I saw them. A pack of gray wolves, 6 or 7 of them watching me, their eyes glowing blue in the dark. I was sure I was done for. But suddenly, every wolf went still. Ears lifted, heads turned, all staring at something behind me. And then they ran. Not jogged full sprint, like they were fleeing for their lives. The forest fell silent, completely silent. No wind, no birds, nothing. Then I heard it. Crack, crack, like something shifting the ice ahead. I reached a clearing. At first, I thought it was an abandoned campsite, but everything was wrong. Deep carvings in the trees, spiraling like symbols. Small bones wrapped in red yarn hanging from branches. Metal shapes twisted into unnatural forms. And in the center, a ring of stones stacked like tiny structures. But the worst part was the smoke. A thick, white smoke hovered about 6 feet in the air. Not rising, not moving, just floating, like a sheet draped over something invisible. I stared at it. No matter how I tried to look away, my eyes kept being pulled back to it. It felt like I wasn't standing in the forest anymore, but like I was looking at it through a window. In my chest, a feeling grew. Not fear, not panic, but grief. Grief for something that hadn't even happened yet. Then I heard it. A warped, stretched out Christmas hymn drifting through the trees. glow, eerie. It didn't sound human, more like the wind whistling through barbed wire. When I finally snapped out of it, I ran. Snow beneath my feet turned a faint gray as I passed. By the time I reached my car, the clock read 11:59 p.m. Christmas Eve. I never reported it. What would I even say? And to this day, I still don't know. What scared the wolves? What created that smoke? Or what was singing in the trees? Story 3. The White Mask in the Snow. When I was 18, my friends and I went camping in the Ozark Mountains during Christmas break. The snow was thick, the sky orange from the distant town lights, and the forest felt perfectly still. Our group was me, my girlfriend Megan, my buddy Colin, his girlfriend Anne. Everything was normal until Anne said she saw someone standing still among the trees, wearing a white winter mask, watching her. By the time we turned, the figure ran into the forest so fast we didn't even see the face. We laughed it off, at first, but at sunset, things changed. As we cooked chicken over the fire, I saw a tall woman, absurdly tall, at least 6'5", standing just beyond the tree line, also wearing a white mask. Colin shouted we had a gun. She turned around and walked into the forest, but her legs moved wrong, as if her knees bent in the wrong direction. That night, as Megan and I were settling into our tent, we heard soft giggling right outside. It wasn't Colin's laugh. It wasn't anyone's laugh. It was higher, broken, like a child trying to imitate laughter but getting it wrong. I yelled. "What's so funny?" Colin yelled back from his tent. That wasn't me. My blood ran cold. I grabbed the gun, rushed outside, and fired into the sky. A masked figure sprinted away, disappearing into the snow. The next day, we decided to move closer to the exit. But around lunchtime, I realized something frightening. There were no footprints except ours, even though someone had been right next to our tents at night. That evening, we camped the final time. At around 2 a.m., I stepped out to pee. Snowflakes fell silently. Then I heard footsteps. I turned on my headlamp and froze. The man from yesterday. Same white mask, same thin build, same silent posture. Stood about 30 feet away, holding a machete. He started running at me. So fast, so unnaturally quiet. I fired every round I had. He fell somewhere in the dark. I screamed for everyone to pack up. We grabbed our bags, left the tents behind, and ran the last 3 miles back to the cars. We slept inside the vehicles that night, windows covered. The next morning, as we drove away, I glanced in the rearview mirror. Hanging from a pine branch was a white mask, turning slowly in the wind, as if watching us leave. We never called the police. No reports were ever made. And that's what scares me the most. They might still be out there,